Hello, sexy souls. Okay, welcome. This is Water Woman Sacred Hado. In the spirit and energy of the new moon, we will be seeking information and messages from spirit regarding your manifestations. I do utilize tarot as a tool to assist in the exploring of the energies. However, much of what comes through is channeled from spirit. Please be mindful that due to the general nature of this reading, messages may or may not resonate. Please do not Cinderella this shit and try to make it fit. If this message is not for you, feel free to check out other readings provided on this channel. Now, I am going to be doing things a little bit differently, as you all might be able to tell. I kind of went into a lengthy spiel on the other two messages that generally, let's just say, I don't really do zodiac readings, and I was trying to do elemental readings because I really believe that we work primarily out of the elements, which is reflected in the zodiac signs, but there's just way too much that impacts and influences us from day to day on our personal journeys to really say that we operated one or the other. There's been times I have resonated with all of them. So I just don't ever feel drawn to that. But something that I do feel drawn to and am very close with are the energies of the moon. Me and Luna, we're good friends. We're really good friends. So what I'm going to be doing is doing particular readings on the new moon and readings on the full moon. And not that it's limiting when you can watch something, when it should or shouldn't be relevant to you. It's just that I am doing the readings on those days or right next to those days in order to draw from the energy of those, of the new moon and the full moon, to help and assist me in delivering the message. So whenever this message comes across your page, if the title resonates, then it's probably for you. So don't hesitate. It's a timeless reading, basically, is what I'm trying to say, okay? Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about, shit fire. In this video, heifers, I'll get it out. We're going to be talking about your manifestations, okay? Trying to take a look and seeing. Now, this could be something you've been working on for years, months, just a couple of days. It's you playing in the field of possibilities and your ability and your energies that you've put forth in trying to bring something into fruition within your life. Spirit might have some information, details to share with you that either might make it happen quicker, or maybe even saying this is a manifestation that's not for you. Who knows? Let's just open up the cards and see what's going to be said. We're going to start off with a Hermetic Tarot. Okay. Give me a minute. We're almost there. We're going to figure out where this motherfucker goes here in a second. All right, so the way this is coming off for me, I'm already getting the story here. You're in the state where we got the Six of Cups and the Seven of Wands. You might have been in a period of time of your life where you were focusing heavily with the Five of Cups on like all the shit that went wrong, right? All the things that went wrong. And giving its due diligence. You know, it's a part of the process to really not pay homage to, but really recognize what has transposed, right? Understanding what that means for your life, how that feels, you know, mentally understanding something. So Five of Cups is really having to feel those feelings. And sometimes we can set up camp there and stay there a lot longer than we need to and forget to turn around and see the other cups that are still upright and then kind of take ourselves and move along the path. In this, you are in the right energy to manifest is what they're trying to tell me. Six of Cups is that nostalgic. It is, despite what has happened in your life, being able to align with the energies and feel those energies, because it's not just enough to kind of play in the mental realm and imagine things. You really have to put yourself in the energy of that. So a lot of times people will tell you, well, act as if, or feel as though you already have it. Well, bitch, how? How the fuck do you, what the fuck you mean? Let me tell you how, okay? There are moments that I say, you know, like maybe up to this point, you haven't had something that you've really wanted, right? We could sit there in the Five of Cups and we can focus on all the things that have gone wrong and all the things, you know, and perpetuate those cycles, right? Because we will stay in those energies by always focusing on them and not just focusing them, but feeling them, you know, emotionally feeling depleted and distraught and without and in a lack. And I never get this and always focusing on what it feels like to not have those things. When you begin to move into the Six of Cups, you will begin to realize there have been moments in your life, you know, like we can ask somebody, so we know what you don't want, what do you want? And it's like, you know, and even if they can get to the part where they can begin to articulate, they might say, I want respect, I want this, you know, whatever it is. Well, what is that exactly? And then it's kind of like, well, fuck, I don't really know. When you begin to do that evaluation, look at your life in the sense of the times when you felt or dealt with something that you're like, I want more of that. Now, your life up to this point could have been the undercurrent of the Five of Cups, negativity, you know, shit going wrong, everything being haywire, that undercurrent of pain in your life. But there were moments where you felt something, the energy of a situation, circumstance, person, interaction, things like that, where you're like, oh, I really like that. And they could have been fleeting, but you had that moment. You felt that. You became, even if briefly, energetically aligned with that. And when you begin to focus on those moments and you really allow yourself to feel that, it's like you could have been with the shittiest person on earth, but you had a moment, right, with that person where it was like, you probably even said then, why can't I have more of that? Why can't it be da-da-da? Well, here's the thing. It wasn't supposed to be with that person. And Spirit was waiting to bring shit into you because you kept saying, I want more of that. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. And Spirit's like, okay, we're going to bring it to you. But you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let go of this person. You're going to have to let go of the scenario, the situation. Like we got it. We're going to bring it. But your thought was you wanted it with them. Okay, so now you're in the mindset where you're really able to look back or pick up on the energetic alignment of certain things. Like, you know, Spirit, I didn't like that person. I didn't like that situation. But when this and this happened, that shit felt good. And I want that. I want more of that. And when you begin to realize it's a possibility because you have encountered it before, when you begin to realize that it is something that you can cultivate and that you can feel, you feel into that. Okay? And you ask for more of that without the whole, but not this. Like, no, I just want this. And in Spirit, the universe will pick up on the energy, the frequency, the vibration of what it is that you're asking for. Okay? That's where you're at. Seven of Wands is all about having finally reached this place where you're really good. It's on the heels of the Six of Wands, which is all about that victory. It was a hard won victory because the Five of Wands, that was some chaos shit, okay? So that's a battle-worn soldier that comes in with the Six of Wands. You are now in the Seven of Wands. It's about taking the steps and holding true, knowing your worth and setting your boundaries for what it is that you know you deserve. Because in doing so, you will be able to maintain that good frequency. It took a lot to get to this place. You want to maintain it, and Spirit's saying you're doing a really good job of only dipping into and aligning with those good energies. Even if it is from the past, you know what energy and what vibration you want in your life now. There's always an energetic match with any desire that we have, whether it's a scenario, a situation, or a person. There's an energetic frequent match, and you've tapped into that, and you're maintaining it. You're doing what is necessary to maintain this good alignment with what it is that you desire. Okay. Here's the... Oh, shit. Okay. So maybe you're not doing so much. Because they just pointed out to me that we have an even number, that these are paired up, even number on each side of this. And so this is the overall energy. You may have been, for a period of time, okay. We'll get to that in a second. So you are energetically in a good alignment, but it's now requiring for you to actually make moves within your life, right? To match that, because when it's a co-creation, you actually have to take a step towards something in the physical, the 3D. So we've got the Four of Cups, which is kind of about being a little bit hesitant. It is being so used to the 3 cups that when another energy is interjected into, or it's not another pathway, when Spirit comes in suggesting something, when you get that nudge to do something and you hesitate on it because it's going to require you letting go and walking away from a particular situation or scenario. But the thing is that you're in the 7 of Pentacles energy right now, which is all about you planted the seeds and they begin to sprout. Okay, so when we're going to use the garden, analogy. We go out, we till the ground, we fertilize it, we do what is necessary to make everything fertile, which is really being in the energetic alignment. And so then we kind of throw the seeds out, but we don't really exactly know how to execute or what to focus our energy on until things begin to sprout, right? Because when you plant seeds and you do a garden, some shit might take 5 weeks, some shit take 3 weeks, some shit takes 4 months. Some stuff never comes to fruition. You don't know where to put your time, energy, investment until it begins to sprout, right? You don't know what's going to take off and what's not, or when and where. And so they're saying things are beginning to sprout. And there's a sense of you hesitating because now's evidently, it's very evident now's the time to do something, take legitimate action towards your manifestation. And it's requiring you to kind of leave something behind. 3 of Swords. There's some type of separation or even if it's just, nothing's going to be the same anymore once you do this. I tell a story all the time about, when I was going through my healing process, being so very angry with what I thought was the old version of me, that I was so ready to walk away from that and kind of bury it, so to speak, right? And when the day came when I was going to symbolically, it was like a symbolic, we climbed a volcano and I was going to symbolically kind of say goodbye to the old self. I bawled like a baby because I had come to really know, understand, and value her. She was the only reason I was where I was in my life at that point in time, because she carried me to it. I devalued, undervalued her. I was angry and resentful towards her and didn't realize just how much she saved me. And she's the one that got me to where I am today. And so when time came to step into what I called my new self, it felt very, it was painful. And I didn't want to let go. But I knew she had brought me this far so that I could continue on my path. And basically, it was really an integration of the old self into the new self. But she was never going to be the same. I was never going to be the same. And it was literally like, even as beautiful as it was, I was paying homage to her. And there was a beautiful pain that came with that. And sometimes it can create a hesitation to know that once I do this, things are going to be different. And you may not hate so much your old life or your old self or something that got you to this place. You don't hate. You don't hold on to that hate any longer for the time in your life where the undercurrent felt a certain way. You feel very nostalgic about it. But it is time. You came this far not to stop, but to move forward. And so whatever you're attempting to manifest, it's okay to let go of what has been, because it's not really a letting go. It's more or less an integration. So they're asking you not to hesitate and not to see this so much as a loss of having to leave something. It's about realigning your focus, your tangible actions, and putting your time, energy, investment into what it is that is necessary to make this happen. Because the only way for this to continue to grow is to move into the Eight of Pentacles, which is where you really hone in your energies. Remember, he's working on that one pentacle. He's really putting time, energy, investment into that. He knows where to focus now. And it's time to focus. Over here, we've got the King of Wands and we have the Four of Pentacles. King of Wands is all about really having a desire and knowing how to execute it. Again, you're moving from the Seven of Pentacles. It's time to move from the Seven of Pentacles. You see where things are sprouting. You see where they begin to grow, and the ground is fertile. Things are starting to sprout. You really have to put your time, energy, investment into it now, into really kicking this thing off, whatever this is. And so you have the King of Wands. He's not a Knight of Wands where it's like, ooh, I like this. Ooh, I have a desire for this. Ooh, look at this shiny thing over here. Look at this shiny thing over here. Oh my God, and they go for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and they don't really think about what's really worthy of their energy and investment. This is not hesitating. Having the freedom to act and decisively taking action towards what it is that you desire. And it's called the Prince of the Chariot of Fire because with the Chariot, you're now in a place where both your mind and your heart, your human and your soul are on the same page. Everything's in alignment. With the Chariot, if the two Sphinxes are one's going one direction, one's going the other direction, that fucking chariot's not going anywhere. Everything is in alignment they're on the same page. All the aspects of yourself are on the same page. There's no stopping this. It's like rhino spirit, so to speak. This is like, come hell or high water, this shit's fucking happening. You direct all of your energy behind this. You put your all into it now. And I feel like maybe there were moments where you tried to take actions towards things, and you try to play with, how do I do this, and nothing really popped off, but you still felt the dream, you still felt the desire, but it just wasn't, you weren't in the space to know, right? And in knowing where you do focus your energy, there's going to be areas of your life where you no longer focus your energy. But also with the Four of Cups, this is Spirit saying, yes, this is where you do, and this is where you don't. Things are now beginning to take form. So where you are supposed to direct your energy, put it all into it. Put your all into it. This is where your foundations will be built. Four of Pentacles is all about foundations. It's also about financial stability. And I think that there may have been some type of hesitation previously because you weren't really sure. I think that a sense of stability and an absolute knowing that this is where you need to put your energy into, you really were wanting that prior to really full on investing that much. And Spirit's now saying, absolutely do this. This is going to be a foundation for everything that you grow within your life. Pentacles is the material realm. It is the 3D. It is your life. It is everything you can touch, taste, feel within your existence. And so in order to get this, to really build the solid foundation where you can continue to grow to the 10 of Pentacles, you got to put your all into it. I do want to ask a couple more questions, though. I want to get a little more guidance on this. I know sometimes I like to be really general, and sometimes I like to be a little more specific. We'll see. This is the Archangel Tarot. Yeah, I think you're a little bit hesitant. You're afraid to walk. You're going to be turning your back on some things, and you're hesitant because there's fear surrounding money. But they're saying you have to put your all into it in order for this to be the foundation that you can build upon. Okay? Things are already sprouting. Is it a fucking abundant garden yet? No. But you got to put your all in. Like, now you know where to focus your energy. You've got to really take the time, okay? This is so funny. At the bottom, I wouldn't normally think that this goes with this particular card, but it says uncertain self-employment. So you're probably taking a real heavy risk going for a passion of yours. And you've been waiting for the green flag, the go ahead that this is going to be abundant, and you're really only seeing morsels is what I want to say. You know, because when things begin to sprout, they're like kind of things, a little tiny, right? Like this, like, little bitty, like they ain't got nothing. Like, how do I know that's going to come to that? Well, because of the tender loving care that you put towards it, right? And they're giving you the scenario of having a plant over here that's growing really tall, and then this one's little, and it's like, well, shouldn't I be giving them fertilizer or the nutrients and everything else like that to this larger plant? And Spirit's over here saying, no, the smaller one's going to bear fruit. This larger one is not. Little did you know, this larger one over here is a male, and so it's really not going to bear much of anything, because you like with fruit trees and stuff, you know, if you have a male, you know, it doesn't really bear fruit. So it's one of those things where it's like, but this little one here actually will grow faster. I don't know if you've ever grown bell peppers. That shit takes forever. Okay, forever to bear fruit. Okay, you think planting that shit in May is going to pop something off by July. It will not. You'll be into September and there'll be some things. You're like, really? And so this teeny-ass little plant, this cucumber that started over here like this, is really, really tiny, shot up with speed because I took care of it and I put the mound and I put the fertilizer. I bore fruit from that first. So there's some type of hesitancy to really putting the energy and investment into something. Your dedicated focus onto something, because what if it doesn't bear fruit? And they're saying, well, some of the other things that you think would really won't. They won't go anywhere. They're not going to be nearly as fruitful as you think. Ooh, this is getting to be a good size reading. One dropped. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. So what they're saying is you've got fear surrounding money because of this. It's exactly everything that I just said. It feels very uncertain, but they're telling you if you put all your energy and investment into this, it will create the foundation that you're needing to build your legacy from, okay? There will be a positive outcome. Do not worry about this. This is the route to go. So you have been doing a good job energetically aligning. You are hesitating to really put in a lot of effort because it requires you to take your time, energy, and investment away from other things and separate from other things. And so that has you a little concerned. But they're saying this is actually what's going to bear fruit. Trust. Do it. You've got this. All right. I hope this helps. Until next time, have a fantastic day.